Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's another good evening that we are here together, and in Mombasa we want to talk about drug abuse and addiction. Together with me are my good friends here, and they will introduce themselves right from the far left back to me. Welcome.
Hi, naitwa Sam. Yeah, you know. Karibu sana.
Yeah. My name is Esther. Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Today we want to talk about drug abuse and addiction. And this has been a tragedy mostly to the youths in our country, not only in Kenya, but in countries even outside Africa, in our bordering countries here. And we want to talk about drug abuse and addiction. We want to know ways through which you can get out of it. We want to understand how people get into this drug abuse actually. So first of all, we need to know what is drug abuse. Na tunastahili kujua drug abuse ni nini. And Esther, tueleze.
Well, first of all, people usually talk about drugs, and then they also equal it to substance use. So my understanding of drug abuse, it's using drugs, because drugs, when a drug is by itself, there's no problem attached to it, but it becomes drug abuse when you use it for the wrong purposes. So I'll say it's like a habitual use of illegal drugs or substances for purposes that it's not meant for. Yeah.
All right.
But like when it comes to substance abuse or substance misuse, I would explain it as using drugs or a substance in amounts or in methods that are harmful to yourself and also to others. For instance, you can use a substance in amounts that are very huge amounts, or you use methods like injections.
Like the doctor prescribed for you to use, like let's say you take 2 tablets, morning, afternoon, evening. With you take around 6 tablets.
Yes.
So that is abuse of drug.
Yeah, so it becomes a substance misuse.
All right, thank you very much. Wacha tusikize Samia anasema nini.
I think there's no better explanation than what she has said.
All right.
Yeah, basically it's using what has to be used appropriately. Yeah.
Okay, then we now need to know ways through which people, okay, what makes people actually get into drug abuse? Or maybe you have a relevant story of this guy who got into drug abuse. So, Sami, si unaweza tuambia, what makes people abuse drug?
Well, of course, there are many reasons as to why people get into drugs. And labda today, just to be specific, we are talking about the drugs, the hard drugs, right?
The illicit drugs.
The illicit drugs, yeah. Kuna reasons kadhaa mbona wase who get into drug abuse. Now that we are in a campus, we are campus students, of course, all of us. One of the main reasons is curiosity. I mean, excitement here, campus. You get, msa ametoka high school, they're very innocent and they get into campus and they want to test out everything, probably because of freedom, because labda in the high school where they all, labda some of them were in day schools where walikuwa wanakazwa na maparo, they could not do anything, so they are not exposed to these things, so they come in campus and they get these things just all over and they want to try out how it feels. And then some wase wengine pia huanzia high school juu ya peer pressure. Get so all those, and then some people have grown in environments that are so harsh. Probably they have seen their parents smoke, they have seen their parents do alcohol, so they end up doing the same thing. Get some reasons are because of pressure or rather depression. Kama last week tulisema depression, apart I'm say ame kona noma and end up get into drugs. So like all those reasons brought together, they get somebody doing drugs.
All right.
And many other reasons, of course.
Okay, Esther zingine unajua.
Just adding on what he has said, like peer pressure, it goes hand in hand with pleasure and fun. So people tend to believe that pleasure, uh, for instance, like when we talk about drug addiction or the drug abuse, it now becomes addiction when you rely on it for pleasure. Like you cannot find pleasure in something else. Now that's the bad thing that comes with drug abuse. So it becomes, for me to be in a kind of mood, I have to drink alcohol, or I have to use a certain kind of drug. So yeah, there's that wanting to feel, to fit in your friends.
Right. And
Yeah, alafu I have remembered another reason. Our role models, the people we look up to. Probably there are some of us who listen to pop music and reggae and stuff, and hizo roots zote. So like we notice how these guys go about with their lifestyles. I mean, they do drugs and their lives are good.
Yeah.
And there are people we love, we listen to their music and their music calms us down. And you look at their stories, they are into drugs, almost all of them. So ni juu ni master wetu, juu ni wase tuna look up to, we get ourselves into.
like particularly ukiangalia Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, huko utapata marege, hip hop and all that rhythm, and they know it naturally. Unajua huko it's called marijuana maeto aje.
But it's legal in their
It's
country.
legalized.
Huko ni
actually in
legal,
that
but
country.
pia unajua huko pia sijui nikai inawasaidianga kimpango.
Yeah.
Nasaidiaje?
Sijui nikai ina, because it's legal, huko inakaa ni food. Kaa ni mboga.
Weed is food in
Huko
Jamaica.
ukivuta bangi hadi unaweza kula kutokea kulipa mamako. Tumekula food.
Yeah, but actually legalizing a drug in a country does not make it good to our health. Unaona? Like unapata in Kenya we have specific drugs that have been legalized. You can mention some.
Yeah, alcohol iko legal, tobacco iko legal. Miraa iko legal.
Na mbona unaepaga nayo pata gari imebeba miraa inaendaga mbaya sana.
Miraa uspoil
I
haraka.
think it goes fast because they say it's perishable.
Yeah.
Not because ati watashikwa. Yeah.
Which one else?
Miraa uspoil haraka.
Bang is not legal in Kenya.
Bangi is very illegal
Yeah.
in our country, yeah. And now
Bang haiko legal by the way. Bang iko illegal.
unfortunately our youths, they are actually so much into it.
Yeah, sure.
And I also came to learn that even people as old enough as our parents, according to going on, now that we are outside here, we are in campus, so we've met people outside here. Yeah, even women, there's these drugs that are placed inside the mouth. I don't know how it's called.
Kuber.
Kuber,
Yeah.
kuber.
Yeah, so I have known a couple of women actually who use, and their parents. So I don't know what pushes people to really get. I think people have been through so much in life that they find like this is the only way for me to feel some type of way.
But I think pia ni juu it's the current way. Like again, you see what happens with people is I think when you talk about depression, you see human beings have a natural and innate feeling of company or of need towards other people. Like they need to feel comfortable, they need to feel like nini ya community, nini ya wase around. So when something comes up, when probably they are anxious, they are depressed or something is not working right in them, and no one is giving them attention, they will look out for a surrogate option that probably can fill that gap, that can help them feel comfortable around them, that can help them satisfy their needs, that can help them feel good. The way when you wake up, best yangu unaweza fanya ni feel poor. That's why they end up in drugs.
And particularly, we also have good reason. Okay, some people take drugs because of the good reasons of using those drugs. Like you get cocaine is particularly good in, it's called what? Blood clotting. Yeah, it makes blood clots faster. That's why it's used during surgery to clot when people are doing surgery. And we also have heroin that is good in making people sleep. when you are going, if you are going for a surgery, they give you a little injection and you just go.
Yeah,
It
like,
makes you unconscious, kind of.
Yeah, like also wine is good for the stomach wounds.
Yeah,
Okay,
People
is wine even a drug?
Ulcers.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, me when I and then I'm very honest, my viewers or our viewers, I am not always sure if wine is a drug because I have no problem with wine. Mimi, I have no problem with. I don't even think
like
wine
we
is a
said,
drug.
Drugs are not bad. The amounts at which you use them or the methods that you consume them might be harmful for you. So now it becomes a drug abuse.
Could that mean that
Understand?
if drugs are not bad, the amount is bad? Does it mean that if I am free to take alcohol, but not excessive use of alcohol?
Yeah. Like, okay, like people always say, like from a biblical perspective, people always say, like, Timothy was actually prescribed wine for the stomach issues.
Little wine, a little wine for the
so
stomach.
But drugs are not, from a biblical perspective, people always say, mbona bangi haijatajwa kwa Biblia, mbona hizi zingine hazijatajwa. It doesn't have to be mentioned. At those times, probably they were not there. But anything that is giving you an influence or anything that is making your body react in a way that alcohol or wine will make you behave, that is categorized as a drug. So that's why we now make them relate now with wine. So watu watange kusema bangi haiko kwa Biblia, so si mbaya. As in, like, just drugs in general, they shouldn't be misused.
You see, basically, what a drug does, well, from what you're saying, I think I can kind of agree with you. I mean, disagree with you. I'm sorry. What a drug does, it basically alters your normal function. Wanna get the way you think, the way you go about your stuff. I mean, you don't use bang, Sindio. You don't do alcohol. And there's a way in which your mind is always sober. Wanna get? I mean, you do your things in a sober way. Wanna get? So what a drug does, or when you introduce your mind to a drug, it will alter the way your mind is used to controlling you. That's what it does. Probably. Probably it may kind of better the way you do your things or worsen. But honestly, drugs don't serve people right. Drugs will have a tendency of doing. That is why kama mind yako itaki kulala juu ya pressure, utakuwa advised msee ata opt for mirandi ndio walale haraka. Why? Because it's a remedy. But it ain't a remedy. I mean, if you're stressed up, look for a good remedy than doing drugs, than doing miranda ulale haraka.
Okay.
I mean, do usilale.
I think
actually mira ufanya watu
wasilale. Drivers, they take mira and they travel long distance.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually, that point, when we're speaking about a drug helping other people, like they see the drug is helping them, that is now like, we need to know, you can use drug as a medicine, that is right. No, nimesema you can use heroin in an hospital administration when you are doing a surgery. You can use cocaine when you're doing a surgery. But when it comes to just personal, like you have stress, you want to relieve stress, then you're using mira or you're using bang, then that is now the wrong usage of this drug, and that one makes it drug abuse. So anything, if you use a drug for purpose other than medication, then you are doing
Okay, there are people who use drugs for medication but they use it for the wrong purpose, like Piriton. Wengi wasipolala wanasema, acha nikunywe Piriton nilale. But I think Piriton is a painkiller if I'm not wrong. So, is it? So people use it for
School of Medicine
or they overdo it. And then like apparently there's a study which was done in 2016, 2017 in the US. And since it's a global thing, we can talk about it. And according to the study, they were saying that many deaths in the US are caused by prescription pills. more deaths are caused by prescription pills overdose than death that are caused by gunshots.
Usifanye hiyo story umesahau bills.
Pills.
Hiyo tumesikia.
Okay. Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Sikia kujikonsola, we all make mistakes.
Yeah. So apparently watu wengi wanakufa from consuming prescription pills than wenye wanauliwa na guns na wenye wanauliwa na accidents. So you can imagine in a daily basis so many people, like especially kama huko US watu wanauana almost all. Mtu anaamka tu leo anasikia tu awe jirani yake. So if you can imagine that so many people overdose from prescription pills, you can imagine prescription pills ni zile unaenda pharmacy unapewa. So the others who just take that advantage, wanaenda pharmacy, kumbe hata si mgonjwa, anataka tu kitu itamfanya alale ama kitu itamfanya feel some type of way. Yeah.
And again, you see, nowadays it happens that you have a headache, or probably you are feeling uncomfortable somewhere in your body, and you want to go for drugs and nini, when you can just go and so unajua ukienda, probably you've been having a plague of thoughts in your mind for the past good, labda uko in a situation where you're stressed up, so you've been having thoughts, difference zimekuwa na plague mind yako, and so at the end of it all your head is kind of heavy and you feeling inaanza kuuma. So people go for remedy ya kuumwa na kichwa. Unajua of course akienda hosi atasema mimi naumwa na kichwa by the way, rather than hataki kusema the real cause ya kuumwa na kichwa. I mean they're not even sick, only that they have been labda thinking so much kunyuma. Yeah, so I think pia ni normal.
All right. So we have known ways through which people get into drug abuse, and actually all this point towards addiction.
Yeah,
because
and
when
before we head on to addiction, Sam had said something about parents playing a big role. For instance, like the former president of the US,
Barack Obama.
Barack,
Oh,
yeah.
my guy, you know.
Yeah, he's very much known for cigarettes.
He's my guy.
He does
Obama
a
used to
lot
take
of
cigarettes.
he does a lot of cigarettes.
Oh
He
my
does,
goodness.
big time.
Actually, he has even talked about it in his book that he wrote. So his first daughter, Malia,
Yeah,
I think
sure.
she's called Malia, yeah?
Yeah,
She is also a very, she uses cigarettes a lot. And because of paparazzi, nini unapata amepigwa picha nyingi sana. So they were saying, do you think Barack Obama is the reason why the daughter is openly doing it and nobody is actually, she doesn't feel entitled to explain herself. So actually Obama was regretting ever smoking mbele ya mtoto wake because alishindwa kumzuia now.
If dad does that, then who am I?
Yeah.
I will do it.
Yeah, so even parents out there, please, if you know you do take pombe, usikunywe mbele ya watoto wako. Actually, they are watching you. You might not know, but they are watching you. So if you want to do it, go have your time with your boys.
Have your smoking zone hata kama ni rooftop.
Yeah, just have the courtesy. You'll actually be grateful in future.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe to move to effects of drugs. You see, again, what drugs do, they also they alter your behavior. I mean, venye amesema, at least have control over kuuse drugs zako. But again, if it's kind of hard, manze jua venye jua level venye utajiget na hizo drugs, how do you misbehave mbele ya watu hii? Because you see, most kids grow up with a lot of pain of probably our dad has been mistreating our mom because he's been doing alcohol. Every time dad comes home, he's drunk, atapiga mom, ama kila time tunahata food juu dada ametumia doza food kwenda kuteiju, ameenda klabu, tunalala nje, hatuna school fees juu mzae ametumia do kwenda kutei. So mi usema okay, mi nitasema at least try. If kuna venye you cannot control the way kama huwezi take drugs mbele, kama huwezi control kutake drugs mbele ya watu hii, ama mbele ya wase, at least ensure they will not affect your behavior mbele ya watoto wako.
Yeah, sure.
It's just very important.
Yeah, sure. Actually, in that particular direction, talking about effects of drug in line with behavioral changes, unapata like if you abuse drugs like bang, which one else? Zile zinakufanya unaweza kuwa tamad actually, let's say bang. They can make you even have irresponsible sexual behaviors. Yeah, we've got people who went and did drugs, wakakuja kwa nyumba, akaenda kwa jirani yake akafanya vituko, the next time anakuja kwa conscious yake anapata kiwa kwa cell. So that is the effect of drug abuse. One, you can find yourself in irresponsible sexual behaviors, and that can lead to arrest. Another one, wewe umekunywa pombe, umerudi nyumbani, umepata familia, umeanza kugonga mama hapo, na watoto wanaangalia, they will believe that this is the way. So nikiwa mkubwa nimeoa napiga mke wangu, it could be a picture that I might have derived this from our family because nilikuwa naona baba akifanya hivi.
Yeah.
Sure, si ndio?
Yeah.
Alafu I think kuna venye pia, maybe just to take us back kidogo, kuna venye wase hutumia drugs juu sijui kana feeling ni kama vitu zingine ziko kwa bloodline or something. Have you ever grown up in a family where you've seen, like, right from the great-grand dad, he was doing alcohol or tobacco, then you come to the grand whatever, then you come to the dad or to the grandfather again, then you come to the sibling, to the kids, so like inakwanga passed down hivyo. Kama ni kama have you ever heard of family of drunkards?
Exactly. They are even carried by water.
Exactly. See, I in the village, there are such families. Yeah. Family of drunkards. So I don't know how such such issues can be dealt with. This is a unique maombi. Kaya masutane bagade.
Because if actually, babu yake nini, then this needs
laana za ukoo.
This needs prayer.
Laana za mababu. Tunaharibu. Tunakanyaga, tunafunga. Amen.
Yeah, so effects, also hallucination is one of them.
Yeah, sure.
Because unaanza kuhallucinate alafu unaanza kubehave in weird ways. Unaanza kucheka peke yako. Tumekaa tu hapa Phelix anacheka. So we are like, hey bro, are you okay?
Anajimekia jokes.
Yeah, so in his mind it's like, oh my god, this is so funny. This is so, we are like, what? You know, unakwanga kwa dunia yako kabisa. There's actually a man who made a joke and then akasema kuna mlevi alikutana naye like anatembea hivi chini pole. Akamuuliza ni nini? Then he was saying that anaona clouds ziko hapa na hataki kuzishika like
Hallucination ni mbaya.
I've just ile story ya ati msa amekuwa anashangaa udem anagombana na mzae wake ni nani, ati udem na boyfriend wanagombana ni kina nani, kumbe ni masake na budake.
hata anashindwa kudifferentiate ni wazazi wake.
Ni waparo wake.
So don't let drugs control you, be the one to control. If you know utawaiweza kujicontrol, please don't take that step of starting it. Don't be too curious to feel the cat.
Yeah, sure.
But I think there's always no reason you get into drugs. I mean, you cannot have.
If you are getting into drug abuse, it's like you are trying to light a fire near a petrol tank, and you will be surprised with the outcome of that.
Because again, addiction, enormous sana, I'm saying. It's when you get to the point of being addicted, because it starts off as something. It starts off as something small, something you think it's manageable, something you think you can do, but don't wait until you can't do without that thing. Say it will affect you big time. And you see, just like you can do something over time for 20 or 21 days, and then eventually it becomes a habit. And again, the same way in drugs. Drugs, when you take them the first time, story iko tu fiti. Second time, third time, bado unafeel uko sawa, haijakuingia vizuri sana. Unafika mara ya 5 mara ya 6 uko like, manze, lakini niaje leo nasikia nionje kidogo. It comes to a point where you cannot do without them. You can't do without them. You feel anything, remedy yako ni drugs peke yake. Feel like exams zimekaribia hujasoma, utaki kusoma, drugs. You feel like hauna do umesota, drugs.
Unataka kutoa public speech, hauna confident,
drugs.
Even
Every
artists artists before they go to the platform. Drugs.
So inakaa ni kama it's just like it's wholly your life. Without them you're done. Without them you're done. So manze
Kama slave.
inakuwa noma sana. There's something I'm trying to remember naenda, but it's okay. Yeah, so addiction is one of the very most serious things. Ensure manze don't even get curious. Don't even try it out. Don't even think about it. Think about no, just don't.
And another thing, drug abuse can lead to stealing.
Yeah,
I have been using alcohol. Let's say, for example, I've been using alcohol and I don't have cash to buy, and I am addicted. I will just feel like I really need to take that, and it can even lead you to stealing your own things in the house. You are married.
It's called dependency.
Exactly. You just steal something, you go sell, or you can even, let's say, for example, an iPhone worth 100,000. Somebody who uses drug takes that iPhone and gives it for just a glass of alcohol.
This will happen.
Sure.
Pata mzee ako na flat kwa nyumba yake 43 inches LG, alibai karibu 40,000. Jiona chupa moja ya mzinga anaenda kupeana na ndio apewe tu mzinga moja 1800 ama ya 2K.
Yeah. And another thing also, family gets separated.
Manze. Breakups of family.
Fighting every now and again in the house, and maybe one of the couples can't withstand. The family has to separate. Hapo lazima tubaki na, they're called what? Single parented children. Ama they also run to the street because the family may separate.
Alafu I think in that line about parenting, I think I've remembered one biggest cause here wase ku get into drugs, especially wase wakiwa teenagers get into high school and then towards campus. I think kuna venye adolescents wameshindwa kuwa managed na the society, both parents na teachers. You see, especially system yetu ya schooling ama ya kustudy ni tunakonga shule for 3 months, then sijui holiday 1 month, hiyo ni high school, ndio, and then again 3 months, then 1 month, then 3 months, then 1 month. So unajua inakuaga msee akiwa shule, the parent is always confident my child is in safe hands. Una get, probably the parent, I mean the teachers are bringing them up well, wanamfunza stuff, and then when they break for holiday, walimu kuashua mtoto anaenda kushepiwa na wazazi wake, atakuja kama ako, I mean, so inakonga ni hivyo. Unapata mtu hii ana end up kubringiwa up na wenzake than the parents or the teachers. So anakani kama mtu hii akutoa hapo katikati. You get? I mean, because the parent believes mwalimu anam bring up, the mwalimu believes mzazi wake ako responsible for their nini wakiwa home. Ndio maana unaonanga mtu hii akienda up kuget ama kuspoil, nanga mzazi ana blame mwalimu mostly. Hii shule sijui walimu waliacha mtoto wangu. Mwalimu naye ana behave, ana blame mzazi. Mzazi mtu hii ni mtu wako umembring up. So mtu anakaa ni kama akotoa hapo katikati, ana msewa kumbring up. So anaenda up kubring you up na wenzake. So pressure inakuja yote na mwenzake, mimi ukiget unintroduce kwa drugs, mimi na get into it because
So when it comes to that, I think what we need to tell the parents outside there is that whenever you have your children or kids, or hata kama ni youths bado mko nyumbani, most of the time when taking suppers, meals and all that, try to talk a job mapema, kuja mkae chini, talk to them, actually have that personal relationship with your children. That will prevent a lot of things, not only drugs but including early pregnancies. Usually tell them, no, it is bad to do this, and that sound keeps on ringing on their brain, and they're like, oh, my dad told me this, but because they love you, they won't do it. But if you don't tell them, and they engage into it, you start like, you are so radical on them, like, why did you do that? But you didn't tell me that, you didn't talk to me while I was like, now it has happened, let's deal with it the way it is. But that is what we need to tell the parents actually. So maybe if you, another effect of...
I think one thing that I know is that you can never expect from people what you haven't given them.
Sure.
Just the same way Obama was regretting why Ali take drugs mbele ya mtoi wake, because you see, you can never expect your kids to be drug or to stay drug free, a drug free life, when you haven't taught them or talked to them about effects of drugs or the whole thing about drugs. I get. So the parenting is the central tenet of this whole thing. I get.
Yeah.
Because one, akudanga parent mwenye anawishingi mtu wake ageti into drugs, regardless of how, hata kama uparu anakuwa drunkard, hata kama uparu huvuta sigara kiasi gani, hakuna paru huishi mtu wake pia vute sigara kama yeye, kuna paru huishi mtu wake alewe kama yeye. Yeah. So mimi who feel parents can teach their kids. Umtoi ni wako msee, umtoi si wa mwalimu, umtoi si wa society, umtoi ni wako. Ensure you are, I mean you try your best to be as free as possible with your kids, so that your kids can feel free with you, your kids can feel open with you. Mtoi asiende chuo high school from one ako introduced to bang, get into it as a new thing. Na unajua 3 months is good time kufanya msee akuwa addicted, or even 2 months. Good enough time. Na get. So before then, just talk to them. Find a way in your wisdom, in a very prudent way. Find a way venye utongelesha watoi wako, venye utafanya wako exposed to these things before while they were exposed to them. Get.
Sure.
Talk to them, let them know that kuna drug inaitwa bang inafanyaga hivi kwa msee, drug inaitwa tobacco fanya hivi kwa msee, alcohol, just do it. It's
Esther, what can you tell, or unaweza ambia aje student campus, more so in this school, particular school, there is a drug park called Manyani, and people usually abuse drug there every time, daytime, nighttime, every kind of drug, be it cocaine, be it bang, they roll them using money, and people see them.
7.
But you see here, you have all the freedom you need. You can do whatever you like at any particular time, because there is nobody who is there to look after you. So we have students abusing.
Me, what I can say, first of all, samaki mkunje angali mbichi. The morals I was taught when I was young.
Samaki.
Ama nikiwa mtoto.
Samaki wewe.
The things I was taught while growing up ndio zinanisaidia hadi sahi.
Yeah.
Kenye mamangu aliniambia, Esther, this is not good. Hiyo ndio inanifanya sahi Phelix akiniambia nijaribu, nitamwambia no. Wait a minute, I was told this is not right.
Yeah.
So it becomes hard for me to advise a grown-up man like the ones that we have at this exposure of campus. So kitu ninaweza wa advice, if you're already in that space of addiction, yani ushafika hapo na unashinda utafanyaje? First of all, tafuta mtu ambaye amewahi kuwa hapo na akatoka. Hata kama humjui at a personal level. Right now we have YouTube, we have Facebook. People give their stories there so that they can impact someone. So actually mimi usema mtu akiwa anataka kuchange, huwa ana change.
Yeah, sure.
Na kama hataki, hata umwambie nini, haiwezi change. So I feel like first of all at a personal level, mtu akitaka kuchange huwa anatafuta ulisaidia aje, ulitoka aje hapo. I would love to know. Able help me through your journey, work with me also through this journey. So you can go to YouTube, angalia story ya nani alikuwa addicted, alianza aje, alienda rehab.
Kama Omosh.
Right now he's trending right now. He gave his story and he wasn't ashamed of saying he was addicted. He went to rehab. He was given a second chance in life. So it's not, everything is not lost, by the way, but the main point is it has to start from you. Are you willing to change? Kama hauko willing, hata tukuje na gospel gani,
utapelekwa hata rehab, then when a relapse tena shtuke umerudi.
So please, it has to come from you. And then once you have said that, the moment umeji expose kwa mtu, you are like, I need help, truly hautakosa help. All right.
Okay. Then we now need to understand, okay, we have known effects of abusing drug. Ways out. Tokaji.
I think when amesema
one way you have said actually rehabilitation. That people need to see actually.
Being curious on how did mtu fulani alitoka aje. Unajua cause wanajuanaga kwa vilemba. Wanajuana mtu fulani alikuwa analewa, sikizi mbona simuoni klabu.
Hakujagi huko.
Alitoka. Labda alikosa pesa wiki mbili, ikambidi amekunywa uji.
I love what I think, love what, but this story is as serious as very serious,
Yep.
as serious as it is. I think this one even should go to the government and even the society, the church, I mean all those religious bodies, because you see, people are used to fighting addicts and pointing fingers at them.
Yeah.
People are used to blaming addicts.
Being stigmatized.
And
Yeah.
you see, whether these people got into this whole thing intentionally or it was an accident or whatever, these people deserve love.
Yeah.
These people deserve people to be by their side. Because you see, when they get out, I mean, when they get in there, they desire to come out.
Exactly.
They don't want to stay there forever. Unaget. So mimi kitu naweza sema, the one very key thing is society manze, the people around them. These people need to be taken care of. What makes these people get into drugs is because they feel satisfaction around drugs. They feel satisfaction when they smoke, when they stone, when they drink alcohol. You see, that gives them comfort. The only thing that can replace that is love. Love is the key point up, I'm saying. I mean, if these people won't be shown love, if nobody will be there to tell them, Manze, Mimi, I love you and I'm willing to walk with you in this journey. I'm willing to help. I love you the way you are. I am willing to hold your hand and move with you. These people will never even have the will. They have the willingness to get out, but they will always struggle in that because there's no way out. We have been pointing fingers at them and fighting them and singing war songs against them and doing all those things against them. I think it's just high time we sing love songs to them. We draw them close to us. As I said earlier, human beings have an innate feeling, they have an innate need of company, of love, of concern. They have to be shown concern, like everybody. And if there won't be anyone to show them concern and to love them, probably they will feel a need in their heart or a gap in their heart that needs to be filled that will make them do drugs. And because this need, hakuna mse ako hapo kuwapenda. Whenever they feel that need of company around them, they will get into it. Wataenda kwa drugs. Ndio maana yako temporary. Family, friends, therapists out there, everybody out there, the church, let us embrace these people. Let us love them. Let us work with them in this journey. They are important to the society. They are amazing people. Be there to encourage them. Tell them you love them. Whether they are causing chaos in family, whether they are doing whatever, they don't want to be in there, manze. Hold their hand, waambie manze, mimi nakupenda. Hata kama uko hivyo, mimi nakupenda na niko tayari kutembea na wewe. Niko tayari kusaidia venye tu huko. That's the whole thing. Just show them love.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. Let's hear from Esther, your last comment.
Well, my parting shot is for the teenagers, please be open. Have the right friends, because not everyone is a friend. To the parents, providing school fees to your child is not enough.
Sure.
Sometimes unaweza uliza mtoto wako, ni nini sijakupea, mbona siku hizi umekuwa mwizi? Ni nini ingine sijakupatia na kupatia kila kitu? But this child, honestly, deep down in their heart, they lack that parental love. So, show them the love and the attention that they need. And also, correct them with love. Siwe mkali sana. They'll find boyfriends out there, and then these boyfriends will introduce them to drugs. So, let's just be a loving community. And also to the youths out there, you don't have to use drugs to be able to go through this stage of youth, because being a youth is very hectic. We always have so much energy. So like we are told in churches, tutumie energy yetu kufanya vitu zitatusaidia. You have a talent, go out there, sing, cheza mpira, fanya kila kitu. Use your energy in the right places. You don't have to take it to drugs. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther. Ulisema samaki?
Samaki mkunje angali mbichi.
Samaki mkunje angali mbichi.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Just a minute
Yes,
again.
yeah.
And probably you're there and me by the pia niko na solution. Mimi I'll never get out of this place bila kuambia about Christ. Christ is the real deal. Christ is the real deal. Mse, labda you're there struggling with drugs and you're feeling the need of love. Christ anakupenda genuinely more than what you may think people do towards you. Christ anakupenda genuinely. Thank you. God bless you. You know.
All right, Mr. Sam. Every one of us is trying to fit into the society, and we are always pushed to make decisions. But mark you, we are always free to make decisions, actually, but we are not free to pick on the consequences of the decisions that we make. And today here with my good friends, we are here saying that we alone may not change the whole world, but we can cast a stone across waters to cause many ripples. To mean we can have a shout and we change someone's life out there.
I just hope mnielewa hiyo kizungu lakini
You have been doing drugs, you have found yourself into the prison or slavery of drug abuse. But here we have raised a platform that we want to give you hope again in life, that you can actually come out of it, you can actually get the remedy, you can actually come back and live the life that you used to live, the good life. So welcome to our channel. Every now and again we'll always be bringing good topics that help you come out of the problem that you have in the society. Feel free to contact us, and we shall give you more advice in things that you might have no information about. Thank you very much. See you next time in our next episode. You can tell them to subscribe, like, and share.
Subscribe.
Subscribe pale chini.
That's the only
Finya
way
ile
you
kengele upate notification.
Yeah, yani bonyeza hiyo kidude.
Ile
the only way
kidude.
you get to
Kusubscribe ni free.
If you're willing to support us for this show to continue,
Yeah.
just give us a comment. You can also contact us. I believe you get our number somewhere there.
Yep, alafu feel free to speak out kitu na feel unataka iongelewe.
Yeah.
Ama kuna feel atuja exhaust hii topic ama topic fulani vizuri, just tell us.
And if you have something to share, you can always contact us.
Yeah.
We'll always be free to host you here and talk one-on-one. Thank you very much.
Yep.
We love you.
We love you. I love you.